Welcome to the channel. As you guys just saw in the new title sequence, we're basically going to be going racing in 2025. I'm not sure when this video is going to post. It might be in December, it might be January of 2025. We're just kind of a little ahead on videos right now. But yeah, basically, what happened over the holidays is that Shift Sector announced that they're going to have a new runway racing event at Marion, Indiana. Did the math, it's about a 10-hour drive, 10.5-hour drive from Charlotte to go up there. And it's the closest event that, I'm willing to drive to. Yes, there's obviously stuff in Texas, Kansas, Arkansas, Maine, but all those places are a stupid drive, and I don't got a lot of time off to be taking off, to go to those events. So my plan is to go to the newly spring race there in May. They've had, it's either August or September, I forget which exact race it is, but they've had events there in the past. They just have never had 2 events there per year. So yeah, we're planning on going to that. And actually, I talked to one of my buddies, Matt. I haven't seen him in a couple years, but he's planning on going as well. Matt has a supercharged Corvette as well. It's an LS3 Grand Sport. Actually, guys, we did a video review of his car many years ago. And that was back when he lived in Colorado, so I'll have a link to that video up above. So I texted him, I said, hey, would you be interested in this race? He's like, actually, yeah, let's go, man. So for him, it's like a 7-hour drive. He doesn't live in Colorado anymore, obviously. And for me, it's about a 9.5 to 10.5 hour drive. So unfortunately, that is the closest runway event that's even available to us here in the Southeast. There is some racing up at Poconos. I think the drive is similar. Maybe it's 9 hours versus 10.5, so it's, a little bit closer. And so, yeah, those are basically the 2 closest venues that anyone hosts and opens it to the public. Well, you register, do your tech inspection, do all that stuff. But, yeah, everything else. There used to be a good racing series down here. And actually, the intro clip, of that car taking off was actually from the Wanna Go Fast event here in North Carolina. They did that 7 or 8 years ago. I think that was back in 2017. And unfortunately, I thought they were going to keep doing that event, but accidents happened. So a dude was killed down in, I think, Louisiana. And actually, the guy is local from here. His name was Jeff. He was up from the Hickory area. So yeah, just unfortunate series of events. And so that series, Want to Go Fast, went away within, I think they maybe only did 1 or 2 more events, and then they were gone. They got out of the business. So, and no one has stepped in the Southeast to fill that gap. So that means we're basically going to have to, get in the truck, trailer the Corvette, and go somewhere. So, with that being about a 10.5-hour drive for us, that's about the max I want to go. It's something that I could sneak away for a 3-day weekend and not have to take too much time off. Because right now, I started a new job last year. I don't have the most amount of time off anyway. So it'll be good to get out of the house, get out of town, and go meet up with friends. And so, yeah, that's kind of our big announcement for 2025 is that, we're going to dedicate a large portion of the next 6 months of getting the car ready. We've got a bunch of stuff that we have in the shop, and as you saw from the title sequence, we've got a couple new parts to put on. The car as it sits, we could go compete in that event, but there's a number of things I want to get done first. The biggest #1 problem is the fact that I have no oil cooler on the car. Yes, I have the lines ran out to it, but like I said in the previous video, we bypassed it. And as you guys saw in the title sequence, we have a new one to put in. So that'll be the first thing that we do is put an oil cooler on here. The second thing is the catch can, the Pro Speed can, I have not been happy with. And the biggest problem with that catch can is the smell. It's right under the fender. That smell gets right into the car. It's that combustion. It's that, oil, that raw fuel, that raw oil, all that stuff. That basically gets sucked right into the interior, and it's terrible. So we have a new catch can from Extreme CFM. They used to be called Synergy. And supposedly there might be a horsepower gain. I don't really know if I want to believe that. But yeah, so that is a fully enclosed catch can system that has basically little pressure valves that pop off when it needs to. So we'll be taking the fender off for that. Might be taking the front bumper off for a tow hook project. No, we didn't really film that, and there was one other Easter egg in the title sequence. I'm not really going to talk about it, but All I'm going to say is I think that's going to have to wait until after the event, because the car will be down for months while we get that thing wired in. That's all I'm going to say. So due to timing, that last Easter egg I don't think is going to get installed in time, but we've got a number of updates to get the car ready. So in regards to the terms of safety, there's not a lot that we're going to have to do. There's the required, and then there's the recommended. The required is long pants, a helmet, and a seat belt. That's basically about it. Obviously, there's your self-tech inspection, so we'll go ahead and take care of that. I'm not worried about anything on the car. In regards to that recommended list, it was like roll cage, Hans device, fire extinguisher, safety harnesses, stuff like that. We have some of that stuff. I do have a roll cage. I do have the Schroth racing harnesses. I do have a fire extinguisher. So we have some of that. I don't have a Hans device, and my helmet is not compatible with a Hans device. And, so there's a bunch of stuff there. So we might have some of that. We might not do some of that. I don't know. Putting the safety harnesses in the car shouldn't be that difficult. Basically just need to bolt the BonecrrusherSS adapters to the seat, put that all in there and call it good. As far as fire extinguisher, just bolt that to the roll cage. So what does this race mean in regards to the ongoing projects in the shop? Well, basically, the LT4 swap into the ZR2, not going to happen right now. And to be totally honest, guys, I only have the crank. The crank just came in, and the block is sitting on the engine stand bare. There's no pistons or anything in it. So that hasn't even gone in the machine shop yet. I haven't even bought a fuel system for it. Haven't gotten a fuel pump for it. And and the heads have not come back either. So we're kind of like in limbo with that right now. And, that's it's not a high priority. Plus, I don't want to make the truck unreliable before an event where I have to tow something 10 plus hours there. I want to make sure that, our daily driver is good to go before that. So, we're going to fix the car up before this race, get it ready. We'll do the LT4 swap sometime, later next year in summer or fall. And then, we'll do that Easter egg we were talking about probably, sometime around that same time. So that is a bit of a damper on the LT4 swap. But honestly, guys, that whole thing has been kind of a backup plan. Yes, we're going to hot rod it whenever we get to it, but just right now, that's a backup for if and when the motor fails in the truck. And right now, I still have a warranty. So if it did take a dump tomorrow, I could always have the dealership put a new motor in the truck. It'd probably take a month. And, we'll have this as a backup just waiting. So, again, if and when that does happen, I could rip that motor out, sell it as, brand new, 0 miles on it, and we could throw in our LT4 with a supercharger on it and get a lot of money for that L87. So yeah, I just wanted to introduce this new series to you guys. We'll keep adding videos to this playlist. Then we'll just copy the same video to the Corvette playlist as well as the last build playlist for the Corvette. So if you guys are keeping track of all the playlists, that's how we'll do it. We'll just update all 3. So yeah, I think that's going to be about it. If you guys want to follow along and see all these updates and installs and upgrades we'll be doing over the next couple months, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications. If you guys want to help support the channel, check out all the links down below. Try to include some links to those Easter eggs. I bought a few of those on Amazon. Some of them I didn't. We'll give you some part numbers for all that stuff. And also make sure you check out our website, BonecrrusherSS.com. Well, we have all of our used parts, all of our merch, and all that stuff down there. And also, I'll be working with a new merch guy. I'm not sure if it'll be up in time for this video, but if we have some new Corvette merch, that'll be on the side bar down below as well as on the website. And so yeah, that's going to be it. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.